Welcome back, everyone, to Discovering Spain, Wildlife, Culture, and Travel Insights. I'm Mike, and as always with me is Sarah. Today, we're heading a little bit off the beaten track. We're going to be exploring a town that I think often gets overshadowed by its very, very famous neighbor. We're talking La Línea de la Concepción.
It's so fascinating how a town's identity can be so closely intertwined with its geographical location, and La Línea de la Concepción is a perfect example. Situated on that isthmus that connects mainland Spain to Gibraltar, it offers this unique blend of Spanish culture with a little touch of British influence.
Yeah, that's right. I've always been curious about how that proximity to Gibraltar shapes daily life in La Línea. Do residents feel more connected to Spain, or do they have a foot in both worlds?
It's a complex dynamic. You'll find a real mix of perspectives. Some residents embrace that connection to Gibraltar for economic opportunities, while others really hold on to a strong sense of Spanish identity.
It sounds like a fascinating sociological study waiting to happen. But let's not forget the allure of La Línea's natural beauty. 11 kilometers of coastline, right?
Exactly, and not just any coastline. La Línea boasts several blue flag beaches. You've got La Alcaldesa Santa Barbara Sobrevela and Torrenueva de la Tunara. These beaches are known for their pristine conditions, their crystal clear waters, and of course, that glorious Mediterranean sunshine.
Ah, that's what I love about Spain. Whether you're exploring the bustling cities or seeking tranquility on the coast, that Mediterranean climate makes it a year-round destination. Though I imagine a place like La Línea probably sees a huge surge in visitors during the warmer months.
You're absolutely right. The mild winters and warm summers do attract visitors throughout the year, but those seeking beach bliss definitely flock to La Línea during the summer.
Now, for travelers who might be considering a trip to Gibraltar, I've heard that staying in La Línea can be a more budget-friendly option. Is that true?
It definitely is. Think about it. You can easily spend a week enjoying La Línea's beaches and culture and even do day trips to Gibraltar, all for the price of a long weekend stay on the rock itself.
Okay, that's quite a compelling argument for exploring La Línea.
Hmm.
But before we dive deeper into its attractions, I'm curious about the town's origins. What led to its establishment?
Well, La Línea's history is inextricably linked to the fate of Gibraltar. The story begins in the aftermath of Spain losing Gibraltar to British forces back in 1704. The Spanish, determined to prevent further incursions, established a military garrison in the area, and that laid the foundation for what we know today as La Línea de la Concepción.
So La Línea emerged as this strategic stronghold, almost like a watchful guardian facing Gibraltar. Are there any remnants of that military past still visible today?
Absolutely. You can still see the imposing forts of Santa Barbara and San Felipe standing as silent witnesses to La Línea's historical significance. These structures offer a tangible connection to the town's past, reminding us of the strategic importance it held for centuries.
It's amazing how these historical landmarks weave themselves into the fabric of a town. Speaking of names, I've always found La Línea de la Concepción to be quite evocative. And what's the story behind it?
Well, the name itself is deeply rooted in history and faith. La Línea, meaning the line, refers to its location on the border with Gibraltar, while de la Concepción honors the Immaculate Conception, the patroness of the Spanish army. This name, bestowed in 1913, encapsulates the town's dual identity, a frontier town with a deep sense of religious devotion.
That's quite a layered history. A town born from strategic necessity shaped by its proximity to Gibraltar and named after a religious figure. I'm already starting to sense that La Línea de la Concepción is much more than meets the eye.
Oh, you're absolutely right. La Línea is a town full of surprises, and one of the most unexpected discoveries for many visitors is its range of attractions.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Beyond those historic forts and those stunning beaches, what else does La Línea have to offer? What kind of experiences can travelers expect?
Well, for starters, La Línea is a paradise for history buffs and architecture enthusiasts. You have the Sanctuary of the Immaculate Conception, a beautiful 19th century church. It houses a stunning 17th century altarpiece.
Ooh, I love those little glimpses into the past, especially when different architectural styles come together.
Yeah, and speaking of history, no visit to La Línea would be complete without a trip to the Plaza de Toros, a historic bull ring built in 1883. It's a reminder of a tradition that's deeply ingrained in Spanish culture, although these days, bullfighting is a topic of much debate and evolving perspectives.
It certainly is. Traditions often reflect a society's changing values. But let's step back from the bull ring for a moment. You mentioned a diverse range of attractions. What else might pique a visitor's interest?
Well, imagine this remnants of World War II bunkers built by German soldiers hidden in plain sight.
Wow, I never would have expected to find traces of World War II in La Línea. It just goes to show that history has a way of revealing itself in the most unexpected places. What about for those who are more interested in immersing themselves in the local culture? What would you recommend?
Well, La Linea has a vibrant cultural scene that pays homage to its heritage. You'll find monuments dedicated to the Spanish worker in Gibraltar, recognizing those historical and economic ties between the town and the rock. And for music lovers, there's a monument dedicated to Camarón de la Isla, a legendary flamenco singer. He hailed from the nearby city of San Fernando. His music is deeply ingrained in the soul of Andalusia.
Now, I can't resist a good museum. Does La Linea have any that would offer a deeper dive into the town's history and culture?
Absolutely. The Cruz Herrera Museum showcases local art and culture, gives visitors a glimpse into the creative spirit of La Linea, and for those seeking a more comprehensive understanding of the town's past, the Isthmus Museum is a must-visit. It delves into that fascinating history of La Linea from its strategic origins to its evolution into the vibrant town it is today.
Okay, so we've covered history and culture, even a touch of World War II intrigue, but I know what our listeners are really waiting for: the food. Tell me what culinary delights await travelers in La Linea.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds because La Linea's gastronomy is a delicious fusion of Andalusian traditions and its coastal location. And when it comes to coastal cuisine, there's one star of the show: seafood.
Okay, seafood lover in me is officially on high alert. What are we talking about here? Give me the highlights.
Imagine this perfectly fried chocos. Those are cuttlefish, by the way. Crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and bursting with flavor. Then you have grilled octopus, charred to perfection with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of smoky paprika.
Oh man, I can almost smell the sea air and taste that smoky char.
Ah,
And I bet the seafood is incredibly fresh given La Linea's coastal location.
absolutely. The local fishermen bring in their daily catch, ensuring that the seafood you'll find in La Linea is as fresh as it gets. And if you're looking for a truly authentic taste of the Mediterranean, you have to try sardinas al espeto. They're sardines skewered and grilled over an open flame, infused with that smoky aroma of the wood fire. It's a simple dish, but absolutely divine.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm always up for something a little more adventurous. What about for someone who likes their seafood with a bit more substance?
Then you'll love the stuffed squid. It's filled with a savory mixture of seafood, rice, spices, herbs. A true explosion of flavors in every bite. And for a taste of the local catch, try clams a la tunara. They're cooked with garlic white wine and fresh herbs, a dish that's unique to this region. It's the perfect way to savor the essence of La Linea's coastal cuisine.
I never heard of clams a la cunara. What makes that preparation unique to La Linea?
Well, it's all about the local ingredients and the traditional cooking methods passed down through generations. The clams are sourced from the nearby fishing village of La Tunara, known for its abundance of fresh seafood. And the recipe itself has been perfected over time, with each family adding their own touch to create a dish that truly represents the flavors of La Linea.
That's what I love about exploring local cuisines. It's like tasting the history and culture of a place through its food. Any other must-try seafood dishes I should add to my list?
Of course, red mullet and corvina are popular local fish, often grilled or prepared with fresh vegetables. They're a testament to the simplicity and quality of La Linea's cuisine, where fresh ingredients and traditional techniques take center stage.
Wow, I never realized La Linea had such a diverse culinary scene. Those pastries sound incredible.
Ah.
But all this talk of savory seafood has got me thinking about dessert. What sweet treats await visitors with a sweet tooth?
Don't worry, La Linea has you covered. Indulge in traditional pastries like pianos, small cylindrical cakes soaked in syrup and topped with toasted cream. Or milosias, a flaky pastry layered with cream and dusted with powdered sugar. These are just a few of the sweet temptations that await you in La Linea.
Okay, now I'm really getting hungry. But beyond the food, what's the vibe like in La Linea? Do they know how to have a good time?
Oh, absolutely. La Linea is a town that knows how to celebrate. Throughout the year, you'll find a vibrant tapestry of festivals that showcase its cultural identity and its zest for life.
All right, spill the details. Which festivals should I mark on my calendar?
Well, if you're looking for a party atmosphere, you can't miss carnivals celebrated between February and March. It's a time for costumes, music parades, and pure, unadulterated fun. The streets come alive with colorful floats, elaborate costumes, and infectious rhythms that will have you dancing in the streets.
I love a good parade. It sounds like a great way to experience the energy and spirit of La Linea. What else is there?
Then, in stark contrast to the exuberance of Carnival, we have Semana Santa, or Holy Week, in April. one of Andalusia's most important religious events with solemn processions and beautifully adorned floats. It's a time for reflection, contemplation, and a deep connection to faith and tradition.
Definitely a different atmosphere than Carnival, but I can see the appeal of both. It's fascinating how these festivals offer such diverse experiences reflecting the multifaceted nature of La Linea's cultural identity.
You hit the nail on the head. La Línea is a town of contrasts, and its festivals beautifully showcase that duality. And speaking of contrasts, let's not forget Corpus Christi in June, another major Catholic festival. This is where the streets are transformed with vibrant decorations, intricate carpets of flowers, and religious imagery. It's a feast for the eyes and a testament to the deep-rooted faith of the community.
Sounds like a photographer's dream. Any festivals that lean more towards the fun and festive side? Something a bit more lighthearted?
Get ready for San Juan bonfires in June, a celebration of the summer solstice, where bonfires light up the beaches, creating a magical atmosphere. People gather around the bonfires, singing, dancing, and celebrating the longest day of the year. It's a truly enchanting experience with the crackling fire, the sound of the waves, and the laughter of people enjoying that warm summer night.
That sounds incredible. Bonfires on the beach under the summer sky, I'm sold.
Ah.
Are there any festivals that celebrate La Linea's connection to the sea? After all, we are talking about a coastal town with a rich maritime heritage.
Of course, there's the Virgin del Carmen Festival in July, a maritime procession honoring the patron saint of fishermen. You'll see beautifully decorated boats sailing along the coast, carrying the statue of the Virgin Mary. It's a vibrant display of faith and tradition, a testament to the strong connection between the people of La Linea and the sea that sustains them.
What a beautiful way to honor their maritime heritage. Any other big celebrations I should know about? Perhaps something that really captures the essence of La Linea.
Get ready for the Velada y Fiestas de la Línea, also in July, a week-long fair affectionately known as La Salvadora. It's a whirlwind of activities including the coronation of a queen, parades, bullfights, concerts, and so much more. It's a time when the entire town comes together to celebrate their identity, their history, and their love for their community.
Wow, that's quite the celebration. Any chance to experience some authentic flamenco while I'm there?
Mm-hmm.
I know Andalusia is famous for its flamenco tradition.
Absolutely. Domingo Rosero, also in July, is a flamenco-filled street party where locals gather to enjoy food, music, and dance. It's a true celebration of Andalusian culture with passionate singing, intricate footwork, and a contagious energy that will have you clapping along in no time.
Now that's what I'm talking about. And I imagine they go all out for the town's anniversary celebration.
You bet. La Linea celebrates its founding in 1870 every July, making it a month packed with festivities. It's a time to reflect on the town's history, its growth, and the people who have made it what it is today. And to round out the year, there are the patron saint festivities in December honoring the Immaculate Conception. It's a beautiful way to end the year with a celebration of faith, tradition, and community.
Wow, La Linea really knows how to party. So much history, culture, stunning beaches, delicious food, and vibrant festivals. It sounds like the perfect destination for travelers seeking an authentic Spanish experience.
It is, and speaking of authentic Spanish experiences, there's someone we should mention who has dedicated himself to showcasing the beauty of this region. Have you heard of Clive Muir?
Oh, you mean the author? I've heard of him.
Yes, he's been living in Western Andalusia for over 20 years, documenting the captivating charm of destinations like Cadiz, Ronda, Grazalema, and even the Caminito del Rey.
He sounds like a true expert on the region.
He is, and his work goes beyond just highlighting beautiful places. He's also passionate about sustainable and eco-friendly tourism, which he promotes through his project Wildside Holidays.
Now that's something I can definitely get behind. Responsible travel is so important, especially in such a stunning and culturally rich region.
Absolutely. So if you're looking to delve deeper into La Línea de la Concepción or any of the other amazing destinations we've mentioned, I highly recommend checking out Clive Muir's work. It's a great starting point for planning your own adventure.
And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into La Línea de la Concepción. We hope you've enjoyed this journey as much as we have.
Remember, this is just a glimpse into what this town has to offer. There's so much more to discover.
So what are you waiting for? Start planning your trip to La Línea de la Concepción and experience the magic of this unique Spanish destination for yourself.
And join us next time for another deep dive into a captivating corner of Spain.
Our virtual journey through La Línea de la Concepción has been really quite an eye-opener. I don't know about you, but I've added it to my must-visit list.
It's amazing how a place we might have overlooked before suddenly becomes so alluring, right? La Linea proves that there's always something new to discover, even in destinations we think we know.
Absolutely. What struck me most is the contrast between the town's historical significance, with those imposing forts and those wartime bunkers, and then its vibrant, festive spirit. It's a reminder that history and culture are always intertwined, shaping the identity of a place.
Yeah, you've captured it perfectly, and that duality extends to the town's relationship with Gibraltar. It's not just geographical proximity, it's a complex interplay of cultures, economies, and perspectives.
Right. And speaking of perspectives, I wonder what it's like for residents of Línea to have this world-famous landmark right on their doorstep. Do they see it as a tourist attraction, a symbol of history, or simply a part of their everyday landscape?
That's a fascinating question. I imagine it just becomes so integrated into their lives that it's both familiar and extraordinary at the same time. Perhaps some residents have never even been up the rock, while others might cross the border daily for work or leisure.
It makes you realize how travel can shift our perspectives. For some, Línea might be a gateway to Gibraltar, while for others, it's a destination in its own right, with its own unique charm and allure.
Precisely. And that's what makes exploring off the beaten path destinations so rewarding. You uncover layers of history, culture, and local life that you might miss in more popular tourist spots.
And let's not forget the food. Those clams, a la cunara, the grilled octopus, the sardinas al espeto, my mouth is watering just thinking about them.
Oh, absolutely. La Linea's culinary scene is a true reflection of its coastal heritage. Fresh, flavorful, and deeply satisfying.
So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired to venture beyond the typical tourist trails, I highly recommend adding La Línea de la Concepción to your travel itinerary.
It's a place where history, culture, and natural beauty converge, offering an authentic Spanish experience that's sure to leave a lasting impression.
And as always, if you're seeking further inspiration, we encourage you to check out the work of author Clive Muir. His passion for Western Andalusia shines through in his writing, offering valuable insights and a deeper understanding of this captivating region.
His commitment to sustainable and eco-friendly tourism through his Wildside Holidays project is also commendable. It reminds us that we can explore and appreciate these incredible destinations while also preserving them for future generations.
Well said. Until next time, folks, keep exploring, keep discovering, and as always, keep those travel dreams alive.
Adios.